Peace. Welcome to my channel. My name is Gigi and this is Gigi's House of Wellness. Today I've had a request to talk about depression. So I will speak of my own experience with depression, and then I will read from some of my books and notes that I've been taking throughout the years that help to eliminate depression. I've had my own battles of depression. I'm pretty sure I probably went through postpartum depression with my youngest daughter, but at the time in the early 90s, it wasn't even really talked about or addressed, and I was really young and I didn't know what was going on. Through the remainder of my young mother years, I fought depression because I didn't like certain aspects of my reality. Maybe the work cycle, leaving your children to work and having to leave them with other people so that you can make money, different things, not being able to be there for certain events, things like that can cause depression. I also was working nights when my children were younger, and I worked on weekends so that I could be with them during the week, get them to school. I know a lot of people don't have that, didn't have like those options, or sometimes you just have a job that doesn't fit your lifestyle. But I kind of let it fit in certain ways, but then there are days off I wasn't available. That being said, I was working nights and I was prescribed antidepressants after an abusive relationship, and still probably just struggling with my own thoughts, but I wasn't aware of that at that age. Those are in my early 20s, even into my 30s. I also used to use alcohol as a form of relaxation, and I did overdrink. I am a Pisces, so we tend to overindulge in the alcohol. Some of us with drugs, we like to escape reality. So coming of age, more into my late 30s, I told you in a prior video of my awakening and going through depression and suicidal thoughts, and then coming to the terms that I'm looking for someone to save me outside. Now, the realization that I'm getting ready to read from this book is exactly what I went through. I came to my own awakening, but having books and other souls that are more consciously aware of how our thoughts penetrate our reality. If you're depressed, you're holding on to thoughts that are not good for you. That's basically what it is. And it's going to infect your body with other disease and your mind with disease. And so once you can come to terms with your thoughts, you're the creator of your own suffering, you're going to continue to suffer. I gotta get my glasses to see this that I'm reading. So this book that has really changed my life, I'm sorry I don't have a cover. Most of my books that are hardcover or soft, they start falling apart because I study books and I study my journals. So I am in a lifetime study of myself, and I may, in my younger years, probably studied outside of myself. And with the explanation of this book, it's called The Sovereign Self, and I will put it in my description. And I want to get the author's Acharya Shunya is the author, and she's a really magnificent lady. I love this book, and it really changed my life, and I hope that what I share with you helps change your life, or you can share it with someone else whose life or they just need to hear this. Somebody that's suffering with depression or struggling with their own negative thoughts. So without liberating self-knowledge, we remained trapped in our suffering mind. And what causes our suffering mind is the Maya, which is the illusion that conceals your true self. I have stuff outlined, but I wanted to kind of explain that the Maya is a spell that we are all under. And the only time that you're going to be able to get out of this birth, death, life cycle is to come to the awakening that nothing is outside of you, everything is within. There's not anything outside of yourself that's going to save you. Now, I understand there are some people that need medication to regulate their feelings or their emotional anger. But for depression, in my own experience, I felt like the medication was a placebo. The medication is not going to help me see that I am creating my own suffering. My thoughts of whatever makes me sad will continue to make me sad if that's what I continue to dwell on. And when we do that, that is called samsara, the virtual prison of the suffering mind. So the samsara is us keeping ourselves in that state of sadness, depression, grief, anger, loneliness, whatever you seem to be suffering with. It's because you're keeping your mind on it. And if it's something from the past, which it usually is, you're depressed for some reason, for something that you can't change, and something that's not going to change until you change your thoughts. We manufacture samsara by the suffering mind as a subjective world of our own creation that is cyclic in nature. That means our suffering comes in cycles by the way we keep projecting our thoughts into our reality by thinking of things that are not good for us. We're projecting that in our reality. So my first advice is to advise you for dealing with your depression is eliminating your negative thoughts. And one way to eliminate your thoughts is to catch yourself, be aware. Our minds, I know, go a million miles a minute. Take some time. When you feel yourself feeling a certain kind of way that you don't want to feel, what are you thinking at that moment? Stop and correct yourself. You're the only person that can do this. And it takes just self-reflection and paying attention to your thoughts. Samsara is quite literally our suffering mind. It consists of projected myth realities, since it has no true existence in the objective reality. It is simply our individual assumptions about the world, self, people, and God at given moment in time. So here's what I was speaking about. We're bound to the ceaseless will of birth and death. We are mandated to come back repeatedly in new and varied bodies to play out the same sleepwalking scripts unless we awaken to who we really are. And without liberating self-knowledge, we remain trapped in our suffering mind. So I'm really glad that I found this book, because I know there's many times I'm not perfect and my mind will go to crazy places. But knowing that I control myself, I am not my body. This is a vehicle that my self is driving while I'm here on this earth. It's temporary. My thoughts are not who I am, but I am creating them to become what I want to be. So I don't want to dwell in sad thoughts. I don't want to sit there. I want to change it. So you can correct your feelings. If you need to journal yourself for 30 days and go back at the beginning of the next month and read. That's your representation of your thoughts. So then you can start studying yourself and create a better reality. Get out of the Maya and the samsara and create a better reality for yourself. Nothing outside of you is going to save you. The only thing that is going to save you is you. Another thing I like to do to help regulate the nervous system when I'm feeling depressed or overly anxious is like the cry breath you do. All kids do it, and when you're trying to catch that breath, and it's like a three quick inhale and a hold and then an exhale, and it's like a all kids do that when they're coming off of their tantrums. If you do that, I guarantee you're gonna feel better with the first series. So let's do it together. 3 inhales, hold, and then a deep exhale. 1, 2, 3. It helps regulate. And if I would have known all of this stuff when I was younger, I believe I would have had a better life, and I would have been a better person and mother to my children. But it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to practice, and it's never too late to share. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Namaste.